Right, I have my final guest in the studio with me, our final guest, who's keeping us company, who is the gorgeous artist B-ahwe of Polish descent from Nottingham, now based in Southeast London, and she's just released her mixtape 26%, a soulful, jazzy R&B project, and she's also just finished tour as well. I feel like everyone's been touring recently. B-ahwe, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So you've just finished tour?
Yes, I just finished my own tour and another person's tour that I was on. So
nice.
I literally just went home and cried for a few days. I was so tired.
Oh, so you're so tired. So have you actually got time to rest now?
I did. I had my 3 days of crying, so I'm over it now.
Okay. Do you also have the kind of like the blues as well? Because I guess when you're on stage a lot, there's the kind of energy that you get from the crowd. Do you have a blues? Because I used to do performing arts, would have like times when I'm performing loads and then afterwards be like, oh, it's all done. Yeah. How does it feel for you?
Yeah, you get a performing high.
Yeah.
Nina Simone said that like when it's really right, you have this moment when you're singing or when you're playing where it feels like you're flying. I think they're the moments that when you've really got lost in it and you don't want it to end. Yeah, they're the special moments.
Yeah. But at least you come back and then people are still listening to your music. You've got radio shows to do, probably in the studio again, working on more music, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm gassed to go just be creative again and not be working towards a project. Just have that childlike freedom of not knowing where it's going to go.
And speaking of childlike, I want to know more about you. So I always feel like it's a good way to understand people's relationship with music. So as a child, what were you listening to? What was the role of music in your house? Was it always being played? Were you part of a choir? I have a lot of guests saying they were part of choirs.
Yeah.
So what was your relationship with music?
I'm the second youngest of 7.
Oh, wow.
From like a very religious, like Polish Catholic English family. So yeah, church choirs. And then the influence of 6 of my siblings listening to different music, as well as my parents' influence. I grew up with like a lot of... My dad was like a proper Northern Soul head back in the day. So I grew up with a lot of, Motown and old school pop like the Carpenters and Lionel Richie and ABBA. And then my sisters being really into R&B and gospel and Whitney Houston and just like pop, like Usher was on most days.
Yes.
And then, but my brothers were into like grime and rock, and my parents loved musicals as well. So I had like so much of everything, and I did classical growing up and sang in choirs, and then I fell in love with jazz when I was like 18. So I feel like I've had a little bit of everything, the smorgasbord has been tasted.
Yeah, I feel like this is a real mixing pot. Like, you know your music. So you mentioned you fell in love with jazz because you also went to study jazz and popular music in Leeds. What is that? Because every time I hear people, they went to study jazz and music, I'm like, why did I not know about this? What did the course actually entail? Were you like in class?
You don't study jazz. Jazz studies you. Like,
ooh, that is a click, click, click moment. I love that. Okay.
Now, jazz is very theory based actually, but I think on a deeper level, like the way that I fell in love with it because I was going through my first heartbreak and I heard Ella Fitzgerald's Bewitched for the first time, and I felt like this woman was speaking my pain in words that I didn't have of myself, and I just listened to the same song on repeat for 4 hours and cried my heart out. And just like, after that something was like woken up in me, and I felt like that's the deeper kind of passion that you go into studying with, that really gives you like the energy to want to learn all the boring stuff that makes it fun at the end.
So what do you think it actually has taught you now moving forward? And you are a professional artist. What bits have you had those moments like, yes, I learned about this?
I don't know, it's weird. Maybe this is bad to say because obviously education is good, but like you learn so much stuff at school and I don't remember most of it now. But I think probably because it becomes so deeply embedded in you that you don't realise that you're using those tools every day. Like I probably take for granted the fact that like I did really care about my craft and learn a lot for a long time, and I'm still learning. Like I still feel like I'm a complete amateur compared to the people that I look up to who have done music their whole lives, and they're clearly so passionate and wise, and they could say more with one word than most people my age could say with 50. And I think you have to have that lens of being like, I'm never done learning, really.
Yeah, but it's also okay that you're a beginner. And they've had years behind them. And you'll get there at one point where you can just say one word and it'll
Yeah.
mean 1,000 because you've lived how many lives? Do you know what I mean?
I'll just say shut up really, really quietly.
That could be a really good song. Shut up.
No one will question it because I'll say it with such a surety.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll be studying it. Yeah.
It's like your grandma, you know, your grandma says shut up, you're not going to question it.
No, you just know. Exactly. You know. Right, so you've come out of uni and now you have, I guess, you've become an artist. What was that like? Because I know it's never plain sailing.
Yeah. I had a mare. I had a proper mare because I got really ill for 2 years in the middle of studying as well. So I fell in love with being at university. I felt like I'd found my people for the first time and was surrounded by people who love music, and I was constantly discovering cool music and getting so much more into like hip hop and electronic and dance music and stuff that I wasn't around so much being from like a small town. And then like literally like a year and a half in, I got like glandular fever, but I got it really bad and I was out of the game for like a year and a half. And then even when I went to retake the year, I was still like not well. So like my third year was really difficult. So I was there for like 4 years instead of 3.
Okay. But you're better now.
Yeah, I'm better
okay?
now. But
Okay,
I feel like I get ill all the time ever since. It's kind of like cursed me.
No, we're not speaking.
No, we're not
you
speaking.
were fine.
We're manifesting non-cursed
And I feel like
lives.
your mixtape is very full of manifestations, full of positive reminders.
Yeah.
26%. So let's listen to the advice that we take. Right, tell us about 26%. Why is it called that?
Basically, 26% is a comment on seeing age as a percentage instead of a number or a deadline, because I think there's so much pressure on ourselves, especially with the things I've been through where I've been ill and I've had a lot of setbacks for different reasons. There's so much pressure to be a certain place in our lives by a certain time, like have your life together by your 30, like have a certain career by a certain stage, like your body look a certain way, your love life look a certain way. And I think I was going through those growing pains of like passing into being closer to 30. And I think a lot of the tape is kind of like probably like a love letter to myself of being like, you need to just be kinder to yourself and find a bit of patience and take it easy because you're just being so harsh on yourself. And everyone I was surrounded by feels the same.
Absolutely. And I love that you even have put it as 26%, because if we look at our ages and we do turn them in percentages, like if my phone was on my age percent, I need a charger. That's still not
She
much.
needs help.
You know what I mean? It's not enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm 30 and I had this realization recently where I was like, why are we putting so much pressure on ourselves? Like I've had half of my life in education, even more than that. And really, that's not really living yet.
No.
So really, you've had about like 10 years or less coming out actually living.
10%.
I know. It's just not enough. It's not enough. Right, we're going to play Patience. Tell us about Patience.
Patience really talks about what I was just saying of just trying to find patience with the process and being kinder with ourselves and seeing weakness and kindness as a positive instead of, I think I always feel like I need to be stronger all the time and just be more confident in so many things that I'm not really. Like I am a very emotional kind of sensitive person, and it was kind of seeing the beauty in those things and finding patience with the process because of it. And it features an absolute angel from Wolverhampton called Anyone the Wanderer. Check him out if you haven't heard of him. He's an angel. And it's produced by a beautiful man called Lorenz.
Okay, and I just love the title as well because it's just a reminder, patience. And I feel like we're taught patience sometimes. I know, especially for me, in certain situations I'm in and I'm getting angry and I'm getting agitated and I'm like, do you know what? I'm being taught right now, patience. I just need to chill out. So when you see it in front of you, you're like, patience.
When you have religious parents, they're just like, patience is a virtue all the time. But you're like, can you actually tell me what that means? You just keep saying the word virtue. I'm 4 years old. We're going to have some more information.
I actually had to Google it once because I was like, I don't understand the term virtue. So
what did it say?
I can't remember. So that's why I'm still learning what patience actually means. I'm still learning it. I've been asking all my guests, what is one piece of advice that you often give others that you know you need to take on board yourself? Do you have like something that you know you always say to your friends, or maybe you even always put it in your music, but you know the irony of it is, it's like, I need to take that advice.
Yeah. I think every single song in this tape is basically that. Me being like, will you just chill out? You've got so much time. You're not even there yet. Like, will you just be kinder to yourself? Like, you're being so mean. And I would never let my friends speak to themselves like that. But I would desolate myself in like 3 words, because you know how to do it. You know how to get to yourself. So yeah, just be kinder to yourself and have some patience. Literally, like, everything that I say to myself in this tape is what I wish I would take on more. I think maybe that's why I was trying to manifest it by writing it down.
And what about the feedback that you've got for your mixtape? Have you had people reach out to you, or even friends, just be like, you know what, this song, you were speaking to me?
Yeah. I think one of the third single that came out, Percentage, that one says in the most black and white terms the whole kind of like, if age is a percentage, then I'm barely even there. I need to remember that if I'm breathing, everything else is a gift. And just talks about putting too much pressure on yourself and how society like contorts our lens of needing to be somewhere when we get there when we need to be. And when that came out, I did have like quite a few people message me and was like, I needed to hear this so much, and thank you for putting this into words. So that was really beautiful. Yeah.
Job done. Tick. Right, okay, 2024, is there anything we need to be looking out for that you can reveal?
I'm really excited to be playing Cross the Tracks.
Oh yeah,
the
lineup is crazy.
It's insane. I can't believe I get to be in the same place as Erykah Badu. Never mind play the same space as her. So that is,
because she's one of your inspirations.
Yeah,
as well,
definitely.
Right?
I mean, I don't think anyone in like the whole realm of like pop, jazz, or R&B can say like, and soul, that she's not an influence. You know, she's an influence for everyone. Her voice has changed the way so many of us listen to like the way we approach singing and music. So 100%.
So we got you on the lineup for Cross the Tracks.
Yeah.
Is this your first festival?
Nah, I've played quite a few festivals.
Which ones did you do last year? Because I think I saw your name before I heard your music.
We Out Here?
That's it.
Yeah.
How was We Out Here?
Oh, it was so good. It was insane. I got so mashed up.
That means you had a good time.
I decided that was my time of the year. I was going to let my hair down. You know, it's near my birthday. So
you're summer baby. Love this.
August baby.
Love this. Okay, I think we need to hear your music now.
That'd be nice.
Thank you so much for your time. Please give us your socials, where you want us to follow you, to find out more what's going on, to see you taking your own advice as well.
If you want to hear more of me saying nice things to you in a nice voice.
Yes.
On Spotify and everything, it's B-ahwe. And on Instagram, it's b.ahwe.
And I love that you actually put it in your bio how to say it.
Yeah, because it just baffles people. But it's Polish, but it's spelt differently. But I respelt it in a way that makes it more pronounceable. But everyone just says "bog."
Oh my goodness!
It's B-ahwe. It's like separated.
Exactly. That's why I was like, okay, I know, because I definitely would have messaged you and be like, how do I say it? So I'm so happy that you put that there.
She's gonna out Giles Peterson murdered it. Only a few days.
The
worst I've ever heard it. It was horrible. It wasn't even a noise. It wasn't even a noise. It was just bell.
Oh wow. Okay, no, it's B-ahwe. Okay, Giles. I'm not sending any shade. Right. Okay. Can you please do the honors of just reintroducing yourself and introducing your track?
I'm B-ahwe, and this is Patience featuring Anyone the Wanderer.